I'm Ember. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time. So for today's Pick a Card, I am doing an amazing collaboration with the lovely Mystic Rose. She is doing How Do People View You Based on Your Looks, and I'm doing How Do People View You Based on Your Personality. So the link to her video will be in my description box, and we have 3 piles today. This is pile 1, Stretch. This is pile 2, Magnetism. And this is pile 3, Center. So go to whatever one you feel intuitively called to. The links to the piles will also be in my description box. And then we'll get started. Hi, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So today we're doing How Do People View You Based on Your Personality. Your cards are Space, Stretch, Renewal, Center, Third House Messages, Black Moon Lilith Mystery, Heart Home Compassion, Unmarked Trail Revelation, Details, Protecting Treasure, Despair Nature Spirits, and Balance Divine Teachers. So what I first think is really interesting, I was trying to figure out which one. Okay, yeah. So we have Center here, and for the third pile, we have Center. So I haven't filmed it yet, but there could be messages there just because we have 2 Center cards. And since you have a Center card, it could be pile 3. Anyways, so people view you based on your personality. What I first got was I think it's really interesting that there's Space card and Stretch card. And in Space, it's almost like there's space around her, right? And then in the Stretch card, she's creating this beautiful, I'll show you guys. She's creating this beautiful, like, her personality and her life force is moving out and creating beauty in the world. And I think that one of the things that people really enjoy and view you based on your personality is how you don't try to take up space in the world, but you just do. You're a force. And that's what this Black Moon Lilith Mystery card's about. It's about taking up space and also being a magnetic force and being very dedicated to transformation. I feel like this pile has done a lot of transformations over their life, and there's a lot of mystery surrounding you guys. And I think that people always try to put their finger on, like, what is their personality? What is your personality? And there's so many facets to you that I think it's really hard for people to, like, view you in a way that puts you in a box, right? Like, you're not a person that can be put in a box in any way because you have so many different facets and layers to you. I feel like you guys are very good messengers. There's this messages card right here, and it's about really good communication. And I think people really enjoy how great of a communicator you are. I think you're a very good speaker. I think you speak eloquently, and I feel like what you say has so much magnitude, or there's so much truth in what you say, but you say it in such a beautiful way that people view it as really beautiful. And also, like, it may trigger a lot of people. The way you speak may trigger a lot of people, not because you're not compassionate, but because what you say is the truth, and it may make them look at themselves instead of not looking at themselves. It may, like, shine a light on the things that they don't want a light shown on. And so I think that that's one of the things people really see about your personality, is that you are a messenger of some type. You take up space without trying to take up space. You are someone who constantly is renewing themselves. That's what I'm hearing. Constantly finding new revelations about themselves, constantly renewing how they feel about things, or changing the way they feel about things, or thinking about things in a certain way, and paying attention to the details. People really view you because of the way you pay attention to detail. Very aesthetic, very sensual, very detailed in the way that you speak, detailed in the way that you move. It's like very what's the word? It's very, like, matter of fact is what I'm hearing. I don't know. I feel like you guys are very just you pay a lot of attention to how you do things, and you put a lot of work into how you do things and how you make things work and how things in your life move, or like what you decide to get aesthetically, or how you pay attention to the details of your work, or how you pay attention to the details of your relationship. Like, I hear that you in relationships will go above and beyond and pay attention to things that people, like, don't remember. Like, if someone was like, oh, I like, this type of flower, right? Like, let's say they like lilies or something, or like a certain flower that, like sunflowers, like not like a traditional rose, something that's like not like really traditional. You would remember that like years later, and then like help, and then like get that flower for them years later, and they'd be like, oh my god, I don't know how you like remembered that I said this, but that's because you pay attention to details in ways that other people don't. You remember details about things that people say. I don't know, I just get that you have a really good memory, and I get that like you try to make an effort to remember the details of what people say on purpose so that you can create a beautiful moment with you and them in the future. And that's in friendships, that's in relationships, and also I think it moves into your work. You pay attention to how people respond to you, and how people respond to you, and what ways to make other people feel comfortable by the way that you respond to them. Like if someone was like, I really like the papers done this way at work, right? You would go out of your way to make sure that the papers were done the way they liked it every single time. And I'm not talking about like a boss and regular relationship. I'm talking like just that's how you are normally. People view you as someone who's very hardworking, someone who pays attention to details that other people don't, someone who is very I just get details. Details is very important, I feel like, for you guys. You guys are also very compassionate and move from a heart space. And I love that we have 2 R's, revelation and renewal. I feel like you guys are constantly trying to transmute energy or transmute things you're going through. I feel like you're constantly trying to learn things. You're constantly trying to get what you can out of a situation, and also figuring out what revelations you get from it, and also what epiphanies. I feel like you guys get a lot of epiphanies and revelations about certain things, and it really helps you move forward in your life in a really great way, and it helps you improve your life because of the revelations that you get. And I also feel like these are I don't ever really even notice the way these are, but I feel like they're stepping stones, and you, because of the way that you're detailed, you take detailed steps, small, slow steps in building really great things, and your creations are something that people really pay attention to, what you create in the world. That could be you say, I think it's something to do with how you speak, and it's like it's interesting how I'm getting this, but you build in your head the way you feel like you can talk about something, or the way that you talk about it, and it could be poetic, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, but you build it in your head with a lot of interesting details and put it all together, and it's like a creation in and of itself. The way that you speak to people, it's a creation in that way, because you really think about the way you say things, and you're very like, I hear pointed. I don't know why that doesn't really make sense, but kind of. You're very like sure, want to be sure about how you say things and the way you say it, because you want to create compassion, but also like make it beautiful. And I think that's really gorgeous. It's just the way that you pay attention to the detail of the way you want to say something. And that makes people view you in a totally new light, and view your personality in a totally new light. And I think you're very protective of the things that like of your inner self. That's what I'm hearing. You're very protective of your inner self, and I think that you've had to learn how to be that way, and I think it's a good thing. You're very protective of yourself. There is this despair card, which makes me think that you might be going through a difficult time at this moment right now. Nature could be very important for you to go to, getting outside. That's what I'm hearing. I kind of feel like I hear that you're a little bit stuck in your head, and there's a little bit of darkness around you right now, but just because of things you're going through, you could be going through something really transitioning, or like a transition phase, or something that's really making you not feel anchored, is what I'm hearing. And I think that you're a very balanced person. I think that one of the things that people view of you is that you're very balanced in the way that you think about things, the way you move about your life, the things you get yourself into. Like, you're very balanced in all areas of your life. You make sure to pay attention to the details, to be very balanced in your life. But I also think that what Spirit wants me to say is that that you may feel off balance right now because of this despair, but it doesn't mean you are off balance. It just means that you don't feel off balance. And where can you find an anchor for yourself so that you don't feel like you're not in balance? Because you're very good at finding balance. So use the gift of your ability to find the balance and find an anchor. I hear anchor. You really need an anchor right now. And that could help in this feeling of just not feeling like you're safe, or like not feeling like you're totally like anchored. I just keep hearing anchor. What else? Let's see what else. You're very centered. I mean, this is the center and balance. I mean, you have the ability to come back to yourself and come back to your heart space, because we have this heart home, and then she's kind of holding this thing right here, right? It's in the middle, underneath her chin. It could be throat chakra. I also think that you guys, since you were very good at messaging, your throat chakra is here and your heart chakra, but I think they're similar colors. So I think what you do is you move through your heart and then speak it out through your throat chakra, which is your mouth, and speak out into the world beautiful messages. And people really view that as something extremely beautiful. And you're learning about how to take up more space in the world and feeling safe in doing so. And also learning about how to create space around you that's not isolating and doesn't make you feel alone. You're trying to create space around you where it's good space, it's healthy space, it's not isolation space, right? And I just love these two cards because I feel like she's like moving out, and then she's got it too, but it's like she's got this beautiful space around her. And I think that you're trying to achieve both. And I think that that's what this balance is about. It's like the balance between taking up space in the world, but also creating really beautiful space around you, and figuring out who you want to be in your life and figuring out how you want them to be there. I think one of the things that people view about your personality is that you have good boundaries. I hear you have really good boundaries. That's this protective nature, right? Protective treasure, right? Here, protective nature. You have really good boundaries, and you're very, you need to be very sure before you let someone in. And I think that that's really, really good. It's just the flip side of that is that it can be isolating, right? So it's like, figuring out, I think that's what you're figuring out right now. It's like, how do I not isolate myself, but give myself the space I need and vet the people that come in so that I know without a shadow of a doubt that the people that are coming in aren't going to affect my energy or affect who I am or affect what I'm doing in a negative way. And I think the questions that you're asking yourself is part of the reason that how people view your personality, is that you really ask yourself questions about what should I do next? How should I do that? How should I move into this space? Should I allow this person in? Paying attention to the details of who you let in your life and why you let them in your life, and paying attention to the details of what they give you. Like, you look at someone, right? And you are paying attention to every single detail about them to see if they're really coming from a place of authenticity, to see if they're coming from a place of compassion, and also to be able to see their wounding, right? You're like, oh, that's wounding. Oh, that could be wounding. It's like, because you're so detail oriented, you're very good at seeing the details of a person and putting them all together in a whole. And I think that that's what people really, really can see about you. They can't quite put their finger on what it is, though, because it's hard to explain. And they also may not think like you do, which also makes it hard to like understand. If you don't think like that, then you don't understand what it means or how it works, right? But you really can put details of somebody together as a whole and see things that other people don't, but do it in a very interesting way to keep yourself safe. And also to improve yourself. You may see some detail about someone that you really like and go, oh, that will help me. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take that, and I'm going to take that. And that's going to really make me better as a person. And that's going to put me together as a whole person in a different way. And, also letting go of the details that you don't want. But it's like really detail oriented. It's very interesting. Okay, I wanted to get tarot. I was going to use the Modern Witch Tarot. Okay, Spirit, how do people view pile 1 based on their personality? Okay, so we've got upside down or right side up. 2 of Pentacles. The Star. Oop, hold on. I hate when this happens. Okay, she's naked, so I'm like, I can't. You're not allowed to. Some of you could be an Aquarius, but I don't get that for all of you. All right, what else, Spirit? Queen of Cups. You guys are very emotional and also learning about how to shine in your life. I think that you haven't shined in your life a lot. I think that people have really, when you try to shine, people really hurt you when you were shining or made you feel bad about shining with who you are. And I think that one of the things that you're learning right now is how to shine and not care about what other people think, because the people that actually really will appreciate you when you're shining are the people that you actually want in your life. And you are the Queen of Cups and the Star. And the Queen of Cups is all about being very emotionally controlled, but also being like the leader of her emotions and being able to figure out who to give her cup to, right? She doesn't just give it to anybody. And she's the queen, and she's the star of the show. And I think that you and the star, of course, you're trying to figure out, or you are figuring out how to be the star of your own show, and not to let the people in that continually make you feel like you're not the star, because it's not good for you. And the people really view this star, some people won't like it, but the people that don't like it are not the people that you want in your life. And you're realizing that the people that really will appreciate you for being the star are the people that are actually good for you and the people that you actually want to invite into your life. I think this Two of Pentacles is like juggling these, like this decision of who do I let in and who do I don't, and you I don't want to let in, and you I do, and really getting clear on what you need for your resources, balancing your resources, what details you need to attend to come to better decisions that can help you improve your life. That's what I'm hearing. And it's just really amazing. I think you guys are really doing an amazing job. Okay, well, I got more than one. That's okay. Four of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, the Hermit in reverse. Yeah, see, this Hermit in reverse is, I believe, what I was talking to you about, the space and the stretch. People really, people may not like how you show up in a room because of how magnetizing you are, but that's only because they're jealous. You know what I mean? And you're figuring out how to let go of the people that don't serve you, and also let go of the past issues that you have. You're trying to let go of it, and you're trying to achieve your Nine of Cups, which is emotional independence. You're trying to achieve emotional independence, and people can see you're trying to achieve emotional independence and see that you're trying to be the star, or seeing that you are owning your star quality and seeing that you're owning your Queen of Cups quality. Now, the Hermit in reverse is about being lonely and isolated. And I think that a lot of you feel lonely and isolated right now. And I think that you're trying to call in more community, but community that champions you when you're in your star, when you shine, right? Because you are tired of like apologizing for you shining. Like, you are. And I think that that's really a really great space to be in. And so it's like finding the people that really are going to champion you for who you are, because you are the star and you are the Queen of Cups. And also finding the emotional independence to continue to find the people that actually will serve you instead of hurt you. I think you've been very hurt in the past, pile one. Did I ever say pile two? Oh, and I think it's interesting that we have the Lovers right here and the High Priestess right here. I think you guys are very intuitive. I know I haven't said that yet, but I was thinking in the beginning. I think you guys are very intuitive, and you're learning about how your intuition is working in the world. And you're also learning about, of course. You're also learning about what a love relationship really means to you. I think a lot of you may be having some issues in your relationships right now. I think that that's because you're going through a completely new understanding of what you want and what you don't want from a relationship. And I think that could be causing you some pain, because what you want from a relationship could be changing. And I also think that people view your personality because you're such a lover. Like, you really are a lover. Like, you love people with such fierceness. You really do. You love people with such fierceness, but you're just tired of loving people with such fierceness that don't love you the way that you love them back. Like, people have a hard time loving you the way that you are. And that's not on you, that's on them. And you want to find the people that will love you in your fierceness, that will love you in your passion, that will love you in your warrior spirit, that will love you as the Queen of Cups and the Star, and not try to take away your shine, not try to take away from it because they're jealous, right? Or because they can't handle it, or because it's too intense, right? It's BS. But I think you're realizing, like, people will be able to handle my intensity. I just have to find the right people. And you're feeling isolated and alone because I think that you could be around people that aren't accepting you for your fierceness and in your fierce energy. And It's making you feel like you have to isolate because you don't feel safe to be who you are. That's what I'm hearing. And so I think that keep going on this path. You're on the right path to figuring out who to have in your life. You're just going through a complete transformation on how you feel about yourself in the world and how you shine and how people haven't really accepted you when you've been shining or in your warrior spirit. And I think that you're learning that the warrior spirit and you shining is not a bad thing. And so it's causing a lot of like inner turmoil, I think, because you haven't felt accepted. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to find the people that accept you. People will accept you and love you in your fierceness. It's just finding them. And it's okay to be isolating right now. That's what I'm hearing Spirit say, because you are trying to protect yourself and you are trying to protect your treasure and you are trying not to get hurt. And it's just giving yourself the grace and the compassion that this is happening for a reason, because you don't feel safe. And that is totally okay, right? Like that is a mechanism that is there to protect you, right? It's just continuing to give yourself grace and compassion so that this doesn't hurt as much, and not being hard on yourself for isolating, and understanding that you're not going to isolate forever and that will change. Okay, I'm going to get some unicorn cards to finish up this reading on how do people view Pile 1 based on their personality spirit. We got manifest your dreams. Focus on your vision. Seek satisfaction and contentment. And I think it's interesting because in the background we have this family, right? This family in this home. And I think that you're trying to find what a home is for you. And manifesting your dreams as in manifesting what is like, you're trying to manifest dreams that like you're thinking really big, and that's the way you should be thinking. Manifesting your dreams is like, what is the best, most possible things? What's like the bigger than you could ever imagine when you manifest your dreams? And it's like focusing on that, and not so much maybe where you're at right now can be very helpful, but it's not about ignoring your feelings of where you're at right now. Focus on where you're at right now, but also continue focusing on what makes you happy and what is the biggest, best version of yourself that you could possibly be, and what are the biggest, best versions of the dreams that you want to achieve, or where you want to live, or who you want to be around. It's okay to want to be around people that make you feel safe, right? It's like if you're not feeling safe, it's not you, it's them. And making sure that you continue healing on what you need to heal so that you can be okay, right? And continually looking at how to make yourself feel safer around others, and also how to continue picking people that are better for you. That's kind of what I'm hearing. Okay, so we've got creative solutions, think outside the box, view things from a higher perspective. And we've got go with the flow, relax and trust, accept what's happening. I agree with this. I think that accepting where you're at, giving compassion, and relaxing and trusting that spirit has your back and that you are going to be okay and that you're on the right path. And also thinking outside the box. What creative ways can you think outside the box? Use your beautiful ability to attend to the details and think outside of the box on things that maybe people don't really think about. Like you're really good at this. So it's like continue to think outside the box and view things from the highest perspective that you can in the moment. And if you can't, that's totally okay too. Giving yourself compassion for where you're at is going to be very helpful. Oh, and please go check out Mystic Rose's video on how do people view you based on your looks if you haven't seen her video yet. And I think that's all I have for you guys. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So for today's pick a card, we are doing how do people view you based on your personality. Your cards are magnetism, motion, potential, in transit, 1 sun spirit, 49 Jupiter return benefits, 37 magician's sword, confidence in your magic, 28 hollow bone teachability, 46 coming apart, 2 gentle gardener, 42 wide open, exhaustion, and divine helpers. Okay, so what I'm first seeing is that you guys have a very magnetic personality. I feel like a lot of you are very open and optimistic and sunny, and like you have a great what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? You have a great, oh my god, I can't remember the word. You are just really fun to be around, and you're very optimistic and fun and kind, and I feel like you guys I think a lot of you are coming into your confidence more than you were previously, and I think I think you've led with confidence for a long time, but I think that what is changing within you is you're actually also building your self-worth. I feel like a lot of you are in a transition stage or an emotion stage of, it's just a coming apart card. It's like you're coming apart in a different way and putting yourself back together in a different way. There's this in transit, which makes me think that you're in a transition phase in your personality or the way that you are and operate in the world and how you feel about yourself. I feel like a lot of you are very open with how you feel and how you express yourself and how you feel about things. And I think a lot of people really view that as very beautiful. And also, I'm sure that it can be triggering for some people because you are so expressive and so open. I feel like you guys may use your hands a lot when you talk. I don't know why. I do that too, so I totally get it. I feel like you guys are really open to new things, like new ideas, new things to try. I feel like you guys are very, like, you like to move quicker. Like, you're very like, okay, what do I have to do next? How can I move quicker? Or you could be in a phase right now where you're really learning about how to go after what you want in a different way. I feel like a lot of you are coming into a transition of like really moving forward. Things could be feeling really fast paced right now for you guys. That's what I'm hearing. And that fast pacedness is like you're stepping into your masculine energy in a new way is what I'm hearing. And you're going after what you want in an action way, which you may have not felt safe to do so, but something triggered this, I feel like. Some kind of life situation or something's just triggered your needing to, like, I hear the Chariot, which is like all about fast-paced movement, all about transition, all about like moving forward at a very quick pace. And I feel like that's what this coming apart card's about. I think you're destroying old foundations. You could be moving, some of you could be going into a new relationship. Some of you are like, I feel like you guys are tearing down old foundations that haven't worked for you in the past and building up something new. That's what this coming apart card is about. I think you're tearing down old foundation inside yourself and also figuring out how other people view you. And I hear changing how you feel inside so that you can be more authentic in how you express yourself with others. I think maybe some of you hid in your confidence. That's what I'm hearing. It may not be for all of you, but some of you may have hidden your confidence or hid under a people-pleasing point of view maybe, or people-pleasing way of working. And I think you're trying to become more authentic in how you express yourself and how other people view you, become more authentic in how other people view you. I think you look at the world with a glass half full way of thinking about things. And I think that people are just extremely drawn to your personality because of how you think about things, how you always are optimistic, how you always have this force inside of you. You are this force. You move through the world as a force. You're intense. You're very like, I'm just seeing this benefits card. You like to benefit other people, and I just feel like you guys are going through something. I feel like the world is opening up for you. I feel like you've made a lot of decisions lately that is leading to an opening up to yourself in a whole new way in the world. I feel like you're moving and taking action in the world and going after what you want in a new way. I feel like it's really strong. Spirit really, 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 really wants to stress that like what you're doing is really amazing, and like you feel like that too. I think you're feeling this really big satisfaction in moving in a different way, moving with masculine energy, finally feeling safe to move in a masculine energy, and taking the actions you need to take towards what you want to go towards even more. And here we have this teachability card. I think you're a teacher, and not like a teacher, but like you get what I mean, like a teacher in the world. You teach something in the way you are, the way you speak, or how you're authentic, or how you move from your heart space, or how you're confident. I feel like you're very teachable in that way. And you help others recognize how to be confident for themselves. I think you help others feel more confident in themselves by the way that you hold yourself. And I feel like you may have not always felt like this, but I feel like what's happening lately is you are gaining more confidence and moving into helping others feel more confident about themselves and the path they're on. And we have this confidence in your magic here, which is like the truth. You're becoming more confident in your inner truth and what you want your truth to be, and how you want others to take your truth, and how you want others to accept you. And you're having this confidence in your intuition, in the magic of you, in the truth, in clarity, in just in, how do I say it? It's like a confidence in I hear logical, practical, masculine energy. Having confidence in taking action, having confidence in going after what you want in a different way. And people can see that. And here's the thing, when you have confidence to go after your life in a whole new way, or go after what you want, that gives other people permission to have the confidence to go after what they want. And I think that what you want has changed. Wow. It's funny because I have a hard time between chains and changed. And I don't know why, but I said chains again. And that could be you're having confidence to break chains, right? Like breaking the chains of like what has held you down in the past. And you're creating great change as well by doing that. And I just see you cutting the like cords of the people that don't serve you anymore, and cutting the cords to your old self in a way that's like healing, cutting the cords of illusion, cutting through the illusion of confusion that has maybe been in your life or in your relationships. You're like, if I'm confused, then this is not something I want to be in. I shouldn't be confused. If you can't tell me how you feel in a way where I don't feel confused about the situation or what's going on, I'm cutting you out of my life. And I feel like that is something that you haven't been able to do, and something that Spirit's really commending you for is having the ability to cut things out of your life that don't serve you. And then people see that. People view that as very strong and resilient, and like gives them permission to cut the stuff out of their lives that don't do really well. So you guys are like a leader in the way that like you lead with different ways of being and different ways of thinking and healing, and other people want to follow you because they see how much you're healing, because they see how much you're cutting through things, because they see how much you are a force, you're the sun, how much you continually open yourself up in beautiful ways and lead with authenticity, but aren't afraid. You may be afraid of getting hurt, right? Everyone is. But you're not letting that stop you. You still are opening up to new ways of being, to new people, to new situations, to new relationships, to letting go of all the old and bringing in a whole new, just everything new. And it's really exciting, and it's like passionate. Like I feel like you guys are finally like getting your passion back, or at least that's what I'm hearing. Like you feel like you're finally getting your passion back. And that's because you are moving and changing things in a whole new way. And you're following the sun, you're following your joy, you're following your happiness, and people can see you following your happiness and your personality, and how you continually transform and follow what you want and how you want to get there, and the sun, and following your inner life force, right? Like you have an inner life force that is so strong and passionate, and you're unchaining the things that held that passion back, and the things that held that sun and that happiness back. You're saying no more to that. I am not accepting those chains anymore. I am moving into my sun. I am going to express myself the way I want. I am going to shine. I am going to move forward and not let anyone else drag me down. It's interesting because another tarot, Rich Tarot, I think, talks about this. But it's about having when you're a hot air balloon, right? And when you move up, right? If you have someone attached to, like a sandbag attached to your hot air balloon, it's not going to move up. And you're cutting off the sandbags to your hot air balloon to where you want to rise. You're cutting off dead weight. You're like, I'm not accepting you in my life anymore if you're causing me not to raise my vibration, if you're causing me not to love myself, if you're causing me to feel confused, if you're causing me fear, if you're causing me pain. I am not accepting that. And that inner authority, that inner sun, that inner confidence and true self-worth is what's making you stand out to other people. It's what's making people magnetize towards you, because people always people will be attracted to other people that give themselves the permission to go after what they want, to move flawlessly and forcefully through life in the way that they want. And I just think it's really awesome. Also, there is this exhaustion card, and you may be feeling exhausted lately. I think that you are moving so forcefully and like going after what you want in a way that you may not be totally comfortable with, like you haven't been doing before. And that could be causing this inner exhaustion and maybe even fear. Look, it's like fear is courage. How do I say it? Courage is always, having courage doesn't mean you're not going to have fear. It's just tending to the fear and continuing on being courageous because you know what it's what you truly want. You've gotten clarity on what you really want. You've gathered information on what you really want, and you are not letting yourself be confused anymore by situations that are confusing. You're realizing, I'm not the reason this is confusing. They're the reason. And if they're causing me to be confused, I'm cutting them out. And it is hard to go after what we want, but the fact that you're doing it and you're like not letting fear stop you, and you're taking risks, and you're following your sun and your inner self and your inner force is so insanely beautiful and so insanely impressive. And it's just, I am so proud of you guys. I honestly am so proud of you guys. I think that this is so hard, and you are pushing and pushing and pushing and trying to make sure that you live your best life for you and not for anyone else. And that is really beautiful. Okay, Spirit, for tarot, how do other people view pile 2 based on their personality? I see the sun card already. Oh, whoa. Okay, so we got the moon card that came out. And of course, I don't know why this deck just loves to have naked people in it. I don't care, but people care. That's the moon card, guys. I'm like trying to check. Okay, we're good. You are really connected to your subconscious. You've done a lot of healing on your subconscious. And I think that you're recognizing that going after what you want and having this great change may also create fears and things to come up, but you're like tending to those fears. You're choosing to keep going. You're choosing to keep tending to it. Okay, let's see. We've got strength. Yeah, see? You guys are pulling on your inner strength in a way that you haven't before. I'm telling you. And here's the thing. This is about how people view you. But really, honestly, this is about how you view yourself. Because if you view yourself as strong, if you view yourself as courageous, as a force, if people don't view you that way, then that's their bad. If they can't see that, then that's them sticking their head in the sand. And it's like, this is about you finding your inner strength and you getting connected to your inner strength to go after what you want. And that's going to make people view you in a whole new way. I think the way that people are viewing you is changing because you're changing how you view yourself and what you want and how you want to move in the world. Yeah, look at that, you guys. You're going after your 10 of Pentacles. Like, 10 of Pentacles is all about abundance. You're moving from healing into your strength because of the healing you've done into your 10 of Pentacles and calling in abundance. And you're looking, and then we have 7 of Cups. You're looking at your options in a whole new way. You're saying, I'm the prize. And you know what? I do have options. I don't need options, but I have them. And if you want to be a part of my life, you've got to be a good option. That's what you're saying. And it's freaking beautiful, guys. Honestly, this is amazing. Okay, Spirit, can I get, I want to get some magical unicorn cards for you guys to see what else, if I'm missing anything else. Let's see. Oh my God, guys, uncord relationships. I literally talked about cutting the cords of relationships. Oh my God, I love when this happens because I'm like, I'm right. But like, I don't know, because I always doubt myself on like if I'm like channeling right. But when I feel this strong of an energy, it's like it totally goes away. But like, it's nice to see the confirmation. So you're uncording relationships, which is meaning cutting out relationships that don't serve you. You're letting go of relationships that don't serve you because you're finding your inner forgiveness for yourself and how forgiving yourself and others is actually freedom for you. And you're building a new foundation. We have 4 here. You're building a totally new foundation, and you may not feel totally anchored because you may be like moving or like going through some massive change, leaving a relationship of like years and years away, or like moving into a whole new job, or like moving into a whole new relationship. It's not like any other relationship you've ever had. Some major changes happening right now. And I think that could be causing you to feel a little bit unanchored, but it's like, keep going back to your strength, tending to your fears. Keep going back to your strength. Keep going back to what you want and why you want it. And keep going back to calling on your inner masculine for strength, you know, because that's what you're leading with, your inner masculine. Keep going back to that inner masculine. We've got new opportunities, declutter your life, glimpse a magical doorway. This is you opening up to abundance because of this action you're taking towards your strength, or your action that you're taking with your strength towards what you want. We have cosmic rainbow. Look for the pot of gold. Accept joy. You're looking for the pots of gold. You're looking for your rainbow. You're looking for your abundance, for your dreams. You're manifesting your dreams. You're going after what you want, and people can see that. And it's like, this video is supposed to be about how people view you, but like, this is also about how I'm viewing you and Spirit's viewing you. But what's most important about this whole reading in Pile 2 for you guys is about you viewing yourself in a whole new way and moving from that space of strength. If I could talk about this reading in any way, it would be how strong you guys are for doing this, for going after what you want. And I'm just so insanely proud of you guys for continuing to go after what you want, even though you're afraid, for continuing to call in the things that you want, the relationships that you want, and for continuing to find anchors in your divine masculine and in your strength and in what you want, in with like with the sun and with happiness, and continuing to heal the subconscious wounds that may have held you back, and looking at the moon, right? Like looking at the moon energy. Wow, guys, I am so thoroughly impressed by you, and I think that other people are thoroughly impressed by you and how you're moving through this. Please go check out Mystic Rose's How Do People View You Based on Your Looks. And I think that's all I have for you guys. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So today we're looking at how do people view you based on your personality. Your cards are Center, Rediscovery, Alchemy, Moon, Part of Fortune, Increase 45, 51, Mercury Retrograde, Reinvention, 24, Galactic Mushroom, the Divine Matrix, 14, Drifter, Experiencing Life as It Comes, 55, The Farther Gate, Bold Step Forward, 4, Spirit of Place, 20, Flying, Death, Guardian Angels. So I feel like you guys are really like, hold on. I feel like you guys are going through something insanely transformational right now. Like the cards right here are just screaming at me. You're finding your color. People are attracted to and magnetized by you and want and view you based on how beautiful and colorful you are and how you move through the world and express yourself and how you transform. And I think that this is what I think. People meet you like 10 years ago, and then they'll meet you like 10 years later, and you're like a completely different person. And they're like, but like you're like totally different, like what happened? And it's because you go through so many transformations. And I think that this inner transformation that's happening is like a rediscovery of yourself as your inner child, and really getting connected to who you were as a child and getting connected to your heart space in a whole new way and finding compassion and love for yourself in a whole new way. I think you guys have gotten extremely connected to your subconscious and the way your mind works, and then how like the divine may work in your life through your, like we have this divine coming down into her crown chakra, and then we have her third eye moving out. And I think that you guys are getting a lot of downloads and, you know, putting them out into the world. And you guys are really manifesting right now. Like you're opening up, like there's part of fortune increase. Like you're increasing your vibration, but you're increasing your manifestation abilities as well. And you're calling in fortune, right? You're calling in fortune in a whole new way because you're really, truly, this last transformation that you had really opened you up, really like was bold and like extremely, what is the word I'm looking for? Like you exploded into yourself. I don't know how else to say it that's like more powerful than that. But like what your transformation gave you was an insane amount of power in a way that you haven't been having it before. And because you alchemize yourself so much and so constantly, that like this last one was really massive. And I think people literally felt that on a collective level. I really, really, truly do, because this energy that I'm feeling is extremely powerful. And then we've got alchemy, which is like this color of like this hand. You could be doing reiki, some of you, but also this is about using what you have inside of yourself and putting it out into the material world in a way where you create color and beauty and meaning and the sun and good joy is what I'm hearing, joy. And you really are somebody who goes after what they want. And I think that you're moving and going after what you want in a whole new way. And you are like, I think that you may have been not able to experience life as it comes in the way that you are now. I think you're much more open to things happening than you were before, because you've created this beautiful inner safety inside yourself. And you are taking bold steps forward to what you want. And people can sense that. People can see that you continually go after what you want and are always centering back into yourself and rediscovering yourself in a whole new way. Like you really are rediscovering yourself in a whole new way. I feel like you guys are very connected to the divine. If you don't feel like you're connected to the divine, then just disregard what I'm saying. But you are very connected to the divine. I think you guys are figuring out like little nuggets of gold that spirit gives you and really like getting deeply into what spirit is telling you and like intuitively listening to where you need to go next, how you need to move next, what you need to follow your greatest dreams and your manifestation of your greatest dreams. And you are flying. Like, honestly, you guys, like, you've been through a major rebirth and death, and your guardian angels are with you, and you are flying into your life in a whole new way. You're the unicorn. You are someone who is like rainbow colors. Like, I'm not like, look at these colors, you guys. Like, I cannot. These colors are insane. Like, insane. Like, you have so much beauty inside of you, and I just feel like you getting connected to who you are and how beautiful you really are and what beauty you can create in the world is what makes people view you in the way that you are, which is so insanely amazing. Like, I truly feel like people are so magnetized to you because of this beautiful color that who you are and how you move in the world and how you treat others and how you think and how you create. I feel like this is an extremely creative group. I feel like a lot of you may like just be very creative souls, like just very creative because of the color that I'm seeing here. You guys are very fiery. Like, I think that you could have fire sign, like you could have like fire in your chart, of course, but I think that what you're doing is you're moving into, you may have been very good at water and earth and air, but I think what you're doing is really getting connected to fire energy and like using your fire energy to go after what you want in a bold way and to feel that passion and let that passion that you have so deeply inside of you. People can tell how passionate you are, but I think that you're really getting connected to what makes you feel passionate and what really stokes the fire and makes it bigger. Like, how can I follow my joy, the sun, fire? How can I step into my fire energy, my fierceness, my warrior energy, and truly go after what I want? I think a lot of people view you as a warrior, someone who's been through a lot of things, someone that is constantly trying to take a step forward to go after what they want and work towards what they want in a very authentic and expressive way. And I just think that people are very like, just want to be around you constantly because you have this beautiful passion and color and beauty and like excitement about you. I think that you're extremely fun. I think people really love to be around you. And I just feel like you're learning about how to experience life as it comes, but using your fire energy to do that. You're like, okay, how do I want to move? What do I want to do next? And how do I want to do it? And can I find the thread of passion that will lead me to where I want to go? And how can I work on the fear that may be involved in me going after my passion? But I think what you just did, what your rebirth you just went through, was basically a rebirth of not letting the fear get in the way. But that's because you did the inner healing on your inner child so that she or he could feel safe, so that you could continue to follow this thread to where you want to go instead of being stuck. I think you guys just got out of you were feeling stuck, maybe, not all of you, but some of you may have felt stuck, and you just got out of that. Because you use this beautiful passion and fire energy and the dream of what you want your life to be to get there. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Like, it's so beautiful and powerful. Like, I can't even tell you guys. It is, it's a blossoming of you. Like, you're blossoming. There's a lot of flowers here. She's got a flower in her heart, a flower on her head. She's got flowers all around herself, around her neck. Like, and there's flowers up here in this card, right? You're blossoming into who you are as a soul because you've gotten more connected to yourself as a soul, more connected to your inner child, more connected to your fire energy. You're really getting connected to yourself in a new way. And that's what this rebirth was about. It was like tearing down old selves and old parts of you that may have been keeping you from going after what you truly want and moving into yourself in this beautiful way and being very connected to yourself. You are choosing yourself. Honestly, you're choosing yourself in a whole brand new way. And I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to pull tarot to see how other people view you based on your personality. Spirit, pile 3. Oops. Knight of Cups. I feel like a lot of you probably attract a lot of love relationships. I'll just say that much. There could be someone coming to you with an offer. They may see or feel your transformation. I'm getting that strongly. There's someone that feels and sees your transformation on an energetic level, and they also could be seeing it in the 3D. I'm not saying they can't, but I feel like it's on an energetic level. Someone's felt your shift into this blossoming, into you blossoming, and they're being magnetized to bring you an offer. And I also feel like you're giving yourself the Knight of Cups. You're giving yourself love. You're giving yourself what you need. You are not relying on anyone else to give you this cup of love that you could give to someone else. You're like, no more, dude. I'm giving that cup to myself because that's what's going to help me blossom. That's what's going to help me follow my love, my life path, my purpose, my dreams. Because I think that you have maybe turned to other people or other relationships to help you feel whole. And that also was maybe what this rebirth was about. You saying, I don't need that anymore, and really learning the lesson and not just saying it. Like, you learned it at a deep level that, like, no, you can give what you want. And you filled your own cup and you gave it to yourself. And that has caused this transformation in you feeling confident and the self-worth in yourself to finally move into this fire energy, which is really truly going after what you want. But I also feel like someone totally could bring in an offer for you. Like, I really feel that strongly because you are changing your vibration, and people just automatically get like attracted to that because you're changing your vibration, like, honestly. Okay. Oh my God, look at this, guys. Knight of Pentacles. Look at that. You guys are, I swear, people around you are feeling this, you guys. People around you are feeling it. Like, feeling it. People around you are noticing your transformation. And they are wanting to come and give you what, they want to take a piece of the pie, is what I'm hearing. But also, like, these are knights, right? It's not a bad thing. It's just, I think that you may get offers, and it may not be, since you're in this new energy of like shifting into something even more, like, these offers may not like satisfy you the way they did before or make you even want to look at it. I'm just getting the sense like you don't need anyone else right now. You want to focus on yourself. And it's funny, it's like always when we're like, I don't want love, that like love comes in for us. And it's like, I think you really moved into like, I don't need love now. I'm just going to focus on myself. And what that does is really attracts other people to you. It really, really does. Because they can feel that shift of like, people always want people like that are like really, they don't need anyone else. It's just like human nature, it's not a bad thing. Okay, Spirit. I'm like getting out of breath because of this. Upside down or right side up? Okay, I gotta put a thing on it. This is you moving into the world in a whole new way. This is you moving into, you've just finished a cycle. This is you finishing a cycle, closing out a cycle, which is like the cycle of like moving into this beautiful blossoming of yourself, and also moving into the world in a new way. You've completely changed your vibration, guys, I'm telling you. You guys have left behind Six of Swords. You've left behind what no longer serves you. You've left behind the people that aren't serving you. You've moved forward in some way to you've gone to calmer waters. You've gone to calmer waters. You were like, these waters are too choppy. I'm going to calmer waters. I'm going to go and I'm going to find a better space for myself. I'm going to go after things in a new way. I'm going to find people that treat me better. Like, you moved forward truly and left a lot of people behind. You could have left these two knights behind. That's only for some of you. I don't get that for all of you. You could have left some people behind that weren't following your vibration or weren't actually meeting you where you really deserve to be, which is this beautiful blossoming, right? And I think that you were like, no, that's not good enough for me. I don't need that anymore. I need something better. I want kings. That's what I'm hearing. I want a king or a queen, right? King or a queen. All right. Should I get anything else? Let me see. So you've got 10 of Swords in reverse. This is you rising above problems and people, learning from your past hardships, escaping ruin. You are moving forward. You've healed this pain and you're moving forward and letting go and move and like overcoming all the hardships that you've been given. Honestly, hardships that you've been given in the past. And we also have 9 of Wands in reverse, and this is reverse or upright? It's upright. This is you like, here's the thing. This blossoming doesn't mean you don't go through hard things, right, guys? Like, it just means, I think that moving into blossoming is beautiful, but it also can be hard because you're leaving so much behind, you're transitioning, there could be a lot of burden and stress that's around you guys right now, or some of you, because of how much this changes. This is a big change, right? And anytime we have a big change, it's going to cause us to feel like we're not anchored, or not like we're feeling completely new. We're having a hard time moving into like adjusting to how we feel now, right? It's like any kind of big transition or change is going to cause this feeling of like discombobulation, or not feeling like totally grounded or anchored. So I think what Spirit wants to say here is getting more anchored, getting more grounded as much as possible. But you are doing amazing. Like Spirit really wants to stress how amazing you guys are doing, and how far you've come, and how many times you've transitioned, and how many times you've transformed, and how many times you've alchemized. Like honestly, you guys have done so good. And Spirit is just the reason you're feeling, I think a lot of you are feeling really excited about this new part of you, or new you, and this blossoming. And Spirit is saying you deserve it, because you worked hard to get here. That's why you're here, because you worked so hard. So hard to get here. We've got Law of Grace, be your divine essence, dissolve all in grace. This is you moving into your divine essence, moving in. This is also about you dissolving all the people that don't serve you, and moving forward into yourself in a very connected and whole, aligned way. We got I am presence, expand your stellar gateway. I am that I am. I think you are I think a lot of you are expanding your spirituality as well. And this is what this card's about. We've got divine potential, fulfill your destiny, be all that you can be. This is be all you can be. This is you being all that you can be. This is you stepping into the potential of this beautiful fire energy and going after what you want. This one. Soul healing, align with your essence, see your true colors. I love it talks about colors, because it's like, yes, see your true colors. These are your colors, and you are seeing yourself for the first time because you've done this soul healing. You really have done healing at a literal, like a molecular level. Like that's what I'm hearing. We've got, sorry, I gotta cover this up. We've got Stargate of Lyria, expand your causal chakra, enter the unicorn kingdom. This is you expanding your, I believe causal is, oh my gosh, I don't know what causal is, guys. I believe this is just you expanding your chakras. We also have Cosmic Pearl, expand your psychic gifts, open the gates to the angelic realms. Like you are definitely stepping into your spiritual gifts in a whole new way. And you guys have insane spiritual gifts, and you blossoming like this is going to cause your gifts to literally explode. I hear explode, explode, explode. And I think you guys are really getting connected to your third eye and your crown chakra and your heart chakra. That's what I'm at least seeing here. And maybe sacred geometry could also be really interesting for you, because we have this sacred geometry. I think it's a 6-pointed star. I don't know. I know sacred geometry a little bit, but I'm not super educated in sacred geometry. Anything else, Spirit? We have open to abundance. Believe you deserve, accept plenty and prosperity. You guys are really moving into abundance in a way that you haven't before, because when you move into this vibration of blossoming, you're gonna call in new relationships, new friendships, new job opportunities, new financial abundance, new even home settings. Like you guys are opening up to abundance because you've really moved into this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful vibration. And it's one of power and fire and passion. And I think you guys should be absolutely insanely proud of yourselves, because I am, and so is Spirit. And this is just like a serious like encouragement, and like you're doing an amazing job video, you know? So, okay, I want you guys to also go look at Mystic Rose's video on how do people view you based on your looks, if you haven't seen her before. And I think that that's all I have for you guys. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.